Welcome to Vacuum Wars, and to a comparison video for the Roborock S8 Plus and the Roborock Q8 Max Plus. These two robot vacuums have similar names, they look similar, they're selling for similar prices, and have similar features. But after putting them both through an extensive series of tests over the past few weeks, I found that one of them was the clear winner over the other. So, links in the description, and let's get started. First, the basics. These two models are both LiDAR-based smart robot vacuums with auto-empty bins and obstacle avoidance systems. They both also have mopping capability, and both come with an option to get a black or white version. They both have nearly identical sweeping hardware. For example, they both have Roborock's new dual roller system with a floating brush housing and one side brush. Let's start off by comparing their mopping systems, because this is one of the most important differences in my opinion. While they both have similar looking mopping pads and similar mop tanks, the Q8 is much more basic. The Q8 Max Plus is more like older style robot mops where you have to attach the mop pad specifically for mopping runs, and then after the mop run you need to remove the mop pad if you want to vacuum carpets, meaning that you have to do two separate runs if you have a mix of hard floors and carpets. The S8 Plus has a major advantage over the Q8 Max Plus here because it automatically lifts up its mopping pad when it senses carpets to keep the carpets from getting wet, so it can vacuum carpets and mop hard floors in the same run, which is much more efficient and convenient. The S8 Plus also had better mopping mechanics and hardware compared to the Q8. The S8's mop pad vibrates and exerts 6 newtons of downward pressure as it mops, where the Q8 Max Plus's mop pad is essentially just a fixed microfiber pad. And in our mopping tests, the S8 Plus did seem to do better than the Q8 Max Plus, both with the dried-on grape juice test and dried-on coffee tests, as well as the glow-in-the-dark tests. Another important difference between these two is their obstacle avoidance systems. They both have front-mounted obstacle avoidance sensors that use 3D structured light, but the S8 Plus has additional laser sensors on the side, as well as a light for illuminating darker areas. And in our obstacle avoidance tests, the S8 Plus was the clear winner, with an above-average score of 9, where the Q8 Max Plus had a below-average score of 6. However, both of these are far better than the majority of robot vacuums, which do not even have front-mounted obstacle avoidance sensors, but the S8 Plus was better. As for their navigation in general, they both use top-mounted LiDAR sensors to map and navigate around your home, and both mapped our floor plans in about 5 minutes and were better than average with things like navigation efficiency, though the S8 Plus was better than the Q8 here too. One area where the Q8 Max Plus beat the S8 Plus was with battery life and battery efficiency. Roborock says that the Q8 Max Plus can get a whopping 240 minutes of runtime on low power compared to 180 minutes with the S8 Plus. And in our battery efficiency tests, where we run the robot on all of its power settings on a fixed floor plan, the Q8 Max Plus was significantly above average, where the S8 Plus was just about average. Let's talk about power and performance. As far as their basic job of sweeping up debris from the surface of hard floors and carpets, they were both about as good as it gets. This is one area where Roborock really shines, and they both were able to handle everything from fine to extra large debris without any issues. They both were really good with pet hair pickup, but at least with longer human hair, they did tend to accumulate hair on the rollers, which is typical of robot vacuums of all price ranges, but it is worth mentioning. With our carpet deep clean test, where we embed sand into medium pile carpet and weigh their bends before and after a timed run, the S8 Plus was significantly above average, where the Q8 Max Plus was slightly below average. This may have to do with the S8 Plus having a higher stated suction power than the Q8 Max Plus, 6,000 pascals versus 5,500 pascals. Though in our power tests, the Q8 Max Plus actually scored slightly higher than the S8 Plus with things like the airflow and crevice pickup tests. So there were mixed results here. They both use Roborock's app, which is one of the best apps on the market in my opinion. It's easy to use and full of useful features like virtual barriers, no mop zones, room and zone cleaning, multi-floor mapping, clean along floor direction so the robot will mop with the grain of your hard floors, which is nice. They both have things like carpet boost and you can customize their auto-empty bin behaviors. As far as their auto-empty bins, they are exactly the same as far as I can tell. They both use disposable bags, which can hold up to 7 weeks of debris, and they both functioned nearly perfectly in our tests. The difference between these bins and the much more expensive Roborock Ultra Dock is that these will not automatically wash and dry the mop pads. That is still something that you will need to do yourself. So in conclusion, the Roborock S8 Plus with its Vibra-Rise mopping system, better obstacle avoidance system, and better carpet deep cleaning performance is the clear winner over the Q8 Max Plus, especially if you can find it at a similar price. Check the links in the description for current prices and be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars before you leave. Thanks for watching. All of the links in our description section are updated regularly to reflect our current favorite vacuums in multiple categories. If you don't know where to start, check out our latest Vacuum Buyer's Guide video linked here. You'll also find links to the vacuumwars.com website in the description, where we post all the latest vacuum news, as well as much more detailed top 5 lists in multiple categories.